Prepare your egusi soup this way and I promise you will love it. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more recipes. Thank you. This is how I wash my bitter leaf. I first put it in my pot, then I add water. It's already on the fire. Then the final ingredient I'll add is salt. Then I'll allow it to boil completely, and after boiling I'll take it off from my hot water. Then I'll wash it until I've washed off all the bitter taste, but I couldn't show the entire process here. Do not skip this step. Roast your dawa and your okpe. This will help release all the flavors. Like when I mean roast it well. Then you now pound it until it's in its powdered form. That roasting usually helps it to release flavor, so try as much as you can to roast it before pounding, and when you are done roasting it, you see that it will be easier for you to pound, and then the taste in the soup is the difference. Just try it and see. You can do this for all your spices. If you are using uziza seed or any other spice, try to roast it before you pound it to release its flavors even better. Now we're going to get our egusi ready. So in a bowl, add your egusi. After adding your egusi, add your grinded ukbe and dawa into the egusi. Then add a little salt to taste. Then finally I added grounded pepper. If you don't have grounded pepper, you can use fresh pepper. If you don't have fresh pepper, you can skip this particular step. Then I added onions because I love onions. Finally I'll add a little bit of water. Then I will now mix the egusi. I'll mix this until it has fully combined, and after, this is what we have. Now my pot is on the fire and I've already boiled water. Now I'm going to add my palm oil to the boiling water. After adding the palm oil, I'm going to cover the pot and I will allow this to cook for at least 5 minutes, and this is what it looks like after 5 minutes. Then I'll start putting my egusi. I'll roll it into small balls and then I'll put them into the pot. The best to use here is actually your aku or your banga after washing it, but since I do not have my aku or banga, I'm using palm oil with boiling water. Now I didn't add any ingredients into this hot water, only palm oil, and this is to enable my balls to actually remain balls after cooking it, because I don't want it to pieces. If you add anything in your water before adding the egusi, I usually notice that after boiling it gets pieces in the pot, but I want my own to be in form of big bowls like this, and so I didn't add anything to the boiling water except for palm oil. So after adding the entire egusi into the pot, this is what we have. I'll now do what? I'll now cover my pot and allow this to boil completely, and after boiling, this is what we have. Remember to boil for at least 5 to 10 minutes or until you feel that your egusi is ready or completely boiled. Then see what I told you, it remained as balls or bolus. Then I'll start removing the balls from my pot into a plate. I'll scoop out all the egusi from the pot into a plate. At this point, I'll add in my protein. Here I have my pomo, my dried fish, my oporoko. If you have meat, you add in your meat as well, but you have to pre-cook your meat before adding it here. Then I add in some water, and I'm going to add my remaining ingredients. I'll add crayfish and pepper, and I added a little bit of uziza seed when I was pounding the crayfish and pepper, just a little bit, maybe like 4 seeds. So if you like uziza, you might want to try it out. Then I add my maggi. I'm using no maggi here. After adding my cube of maggi, I'm going to add salt to taste. I add in more water. I also added onions, but that was off the camera. Then I will cover it and allow it to boil for like 5 minutes. After boiling for like 5 minutes, this is what we have. You see that the oil have mixed with the water and it's now looking like this. I'll add my dawa and upe that I've already pounded into my soup. I will now mix it up. Then I'll cover it for a while. Probably I covered it for a few seconds just to allow the upe and dawa to release its flavors into the soup, or should I say approximately 1 minute. So this is me stirring my soup. Remember at this point to taste for salt and seasoning cubes. If you are okay with it, if you're not okay with it, then you add some more. At this point, I'm going to add in my bolus of egusi. See how the balls remained. It didn't break, it didn't pieces. So if you like it to remain as balls in your soup, you can leave it, but I'm going to mash my own a little because I still want to be seeing the bolus in my soup. And then I'll cover it and allow my egusi to boil completely, and then I'm adding the final ingredient, my washed bitter leaf. Please, I have a question. Is it only people from Anambra that usually cook egusi soup with bitter leaf? Answer in the comment section. So I had to off my camera to mix everything up because I'm holding my camera in one hand. As I'm filming with one hand and using one hand to cook. So I'm sorry if you see some mistakes or if the video is not really clear. I'm adding a little bit of water. Then I'm going to allow my bitter leaf to boil really well. I will allow it to cook very well. That's why I'm covering the pot. Then after cooking, I think I cooked it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then this is what we have. A very delicious soup. I'm telling you, if you prepare your soup this way, you will really love it and enjoy it. So prepare this for yourself, for your family, for Odogu, and see you in my next video. Bye.